Greater New Bedford got a pretty big win last week. I'd call it an upset win over Old Rochester. And now this week they have to face another strong team who are better than their record indicates, as you were saying.
Dighton-Rehoboth is just 2-2 this season, but their 2 losses came to Apponequet and Somerset Berkeley. Most likely, Apponequet will be the South Coast Conference champs, depending on how things play out. And Somerset Berkeley is also favored to win the Eastern Athletic Conference. Not bad for, that's your 2 losses for Dighton-Rehoboth. And last week, DR really took it to Wareham. It was ugly, at least for Wareham fans. It was 35-0. I think it was 21-0 after the first quarter. Kyle Rose scored 2 touchdowns. They also had a fumble return for a touchdown, the Falcons. And they only allowed 6 passing yards for Wareham, and I think 112 rushing yards for the entire game.
Wow.
So they really shut down, Wareham team that, is still winless, but had been putting points on the board in their previous games. And it'll be interesting to see how Voc-Tech does coming off that kind of emotional and exciting win over Old Rochester. I know it kind of came down to the wire in that game.
Right.
I think Old Rochester ended up scoring with like 2.5 minutes left in the game. And then Voc-Tech came back, and then they had the winning touchdown. It was Nick Richard ended up connecting with Jacob Tavares on a 48-yard touchdown pass with like 25.
Which was mostly done after that, mostly yards after the catch.
Yeah, right? yeah, definitely. Jacob Tavares, when he's in the open field, it's really hard to catch him, and that's how they ended up winning. Voc-Tech, it was an exciting game. I know it was back and forth. It was talking to Brendan. It was his first game that he's been out to this fall, and he said it was a wild and wacky game. It was a lot of fun to coach, and I think Chuck Allaire said it was the best football game that he's seen on that field in a long time. So we'll see if the Bears can keep that momentum going. They're heading to Dighton-Rehoboth, and they have a 3-game winning streak. They're hoping to make it 4 in a row, and I know this would be a huge boost, beating another team that's in that A tier of the South Coast Conference, since Voc-Tech is in that B tier, and Old Rochester was in that A tier. So they already knocked off one A tier team. Let's see if they can make it 2 in a row.
So that will be Friday at 7 at Dighton-Rehoboth, and you can follow along with all the action, and also tweet us if you're at the game at @SC_varsity.